Hey, are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling anxious? Maybe you're having a panic attack. Okay, I have a great tool that is going to help you right now, in this moment. Do it with me now. Hey, I'm Sarah, owner of The Happiness Gap. My mission is to help you bridge the gap to happiness, one emotion at a time. Now, today I want to talk to you about overwhelm, feeling anxious, panic attacks, and a tool that I've developed that you can use very effectively to help in those moments when the world is just crashing in. Now, I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed. I think, we all do at the moment, but I've had times in my life where the overwhelm has been overwhelming. I've had years of anxiety in the past where I literally couldn't go out of the house. I know how it feels. And I have to say, thank goodness I have gone through that stuff, because that's how I developed tools and systems to help others deal with those uncomfortable moments. And I also have to say that I literally found ways to recover from all of those times, moments, all of those things. So I'm here to tell you that things can get better. No matter how bad it's feeling, they can get better. I am living proof of that. So if you're in a moment, you're feeling overwhelmed, you are having a panic attack, you're suffering with anxiety, this is what you need to do. Stop, drop, strip, and flip. Okay. 1. Stop. If at all possible, stop what you're doing. Stop in that moment that you're feeling the overwhelm, the anxiety, the panic, and notice that that's what's happening. Now, with a panic attack and with anxiety, it's very evident that that is what's happening. Sometimes with overwhelm, it can creep up on you and then smack you around the head like a shovel in the hands of a gorilla. And you can look back and see, oh God, yeah, okay, the trouble signs were there, but didn't realise that it was creeping up, and it can hit you hard. It can floor you. Okay, so in that moment, stop what you're doing. If you can, if you're in a situation where you can, stop and notice. Become aware of what you're feeling. Check in with yourself. Okay, overwhelm is starting. I'm starting to feel anxious. I can feel the starts of a panic attack. Okay. Now, the second thing you need to do, 2, drop. Now, I don't mean drop to the ground, okay? Hopefully you won't do that. I mean drop everything. Now, if you're in a situation where it's very difficult to do that, so say for instance, if you are in a business meeting, giving a presentation, you're at the checkout in Sainsbury's and your toddler is having a screamy hissy fit, I don't know, in the middle of a class, whatever situation you're in, you can always excuse yourself and go to the bathroom, okay? We all need to go to the bathroom, and sometimes it comes up in a very inconvenient moment. And it's funny because in this country, toilets used to be called conveniences, but sometimes it's very inconvenient. You can always excuse yourself. I'm sorry, I just need to take a moment. I just need a comfort break, okay? No one will think anything weird about you. So drop what you're doing. Go and find a safe, quiet place for yourself. So let's say, for instance, you are going to the toilet. You go into that toilet, you put that toilet seat lid down, you sit down, and you just be for a moment. Just sit and just be. be with those feelings, those uncomfortable things. It might be that you're getting physical symptoms. Now, as you sit there, you need to breathe, okay? So breathe with me now. We're going to breathe in through our nose, out through the mouth. We're going to breathe. So now, as you're taking those breaths, you can do what I know as someone taught to me once, and they called it diaphragm breathing. And that is when you're breathing in through your nose, you breathe in to a count of 4. And then when you breathe out to a count of 6, or whatever works for you. Make the breathe out longer. And you pause in between your in-breath and your out-breath. Now, as you're breathing in through your nose, just focus on the feeling of the cold air going in through your nose. Just focus on that sensation. And as you breathe out through your mouth, focus on the warmth. Feel that warmth of that breath that's coming out, that's been warmed in your body. Now, you only need to do a few of these breaths, calming breaths. I like 3. Maybe you want to do 4 or 5 if you're feeling really wound up. And remember, your breath is your home. Now, I trained with a Tibetan monk. He taught me mindfulness and he taught me breathing. And he said that when he was learning, when he was a young monk and he was sort of learning and being taught by his master, the biggest lesson the master taught him was your breath is your home. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what chaos is going on around you, you always have your breath. You can always focus in on your breath. And when you do that, it gives you a little stopgap in all those racy thoughts and those scary physical things that are going on. Focusing your mind on your breathing and on those bodily sensations, it just can ground you. It grounds you again for a moment. And speaking of grounding, while you're sitting there, maybe, I don't know, on the toilet, in the little cubicle, wherever you are, you're sitting there and you'd focused on your breathing. Now, don't take too many breaths, deep breaths, because we don't want you to hyperventilate. But when you've had a few and you've just focused in, just let your breathing return to its normal, comfortable rate. And then I want you to plant your feet on the ground, firmly on the ground. And we're going to ground you. Now, you can get very ungrounded when you're having a chaotic moment. So as you plant your feet on the ground, just close your eyes for a moment and just imagine that you're a tree. You're a tree, still, calm, standing strong. And imagine out of the soles of your feet, you're putting roots down into the ground. And those roots are going to grow into the ground very strong. They're going to keep you stable. They're going to re-stabilize you and rebalance you. Okay. Now, hopefully that's made you feel a little bit better. We're getting a bit more centered. And just take a moment to just come back into yourself. And now we're going to move on to 3. Number 3. Number 3 is strip. Now, I don't mean strip, literally strip your clothes. I really, really don't mean that. I don't think that would be very helpful unless you're jumping in the shower. Strip means strip back anything in your day that you can. Strip back to the bare minimum. So we want to get you to a place where you can just relax, You can move into self-care mode, which is very important when you're feeling overwhelmed and anxious. That's the time to big up on the self-care, definitely. So if you have appointments in your diary, any of them that you can cancel, if you're able to go home unwell, can you strip back your day? If you're looking after kids, can you strip back? You know, don't cook some big fancy dinner. Get it back to something really, really simple, quick and easy. Or, God forbid, get a takeaway or a ready meal. One time won't hurt. Something easy. Or can someone else in the family cook? I don't know what your day looks like or what your life looks like, but whatever's on your to-do list in that day, strip out anything that isn't necessary. Get it back to the bare bones, okay? If you can clear your day completely, fantastic, because then you can do something that makes you feel good, or go and have a sleep, or drink tea and watch old movies, or, you know, here's me saying all the things that work for me on my overwhelmed days. I don't know. Whatever works for you to make you feel comforted and relaxed and better. Okay, so that's strip back on anything you can. And so now, number 4, flip. Again, I don't mean a literal flip. I don't know how many people can actually do a literal flip. Flip means flip the story, flip the narrative. Now, whenever you feel overwhelmed, anxious, you're having panic attacks, that is all very, very linked in to your thoughts. Totally linked in, actually, to your thoughts, because your thoughts and emotions work together. Your emotions tell you what your thoughts are about. Now, your thoughts can send you into panic and overwhelm. We all know that. So can you, what stories are you telling yourself to make yourself feel overwhelmed, to make yourself feel anxious? Are you thinking, there's too much, I can't cope? Often that's an overwhelm. I can't cope, I can't do this, I can't carry on, it's too much, it's, I'm suffocated with it. All this sort of uncomfortable thoughts that you can have. So flip is about identifying the stories you're telling yourself about the things that are going on in your life, about you, about the people around you, about the situations you're living with. Really, really look at the stories you've been saying. Look at your self-talk. What's going on in your head? What's your little chimp, your little chattery chimp on your shoulder telling you? What's it saying? Maybe go and write it down if you can. See those really negative patterns, negative thoughts that you're telling yourself, negative stories. What are they? Because as soon as you have the thought, I can't cope, that's going to give you a physical response. Your body's literally then going to go into fight or flight. You know, you're either going to run away or get the urge to run away from the situation, abandon all hope, or you're going to feel like wired, aggressive. You're going to have loads of cortisol running around your body, adrenaline, your heart's going to race. And of course, then that's what starts to send you into having a panic attack. So flip the story. What negative stories are you telling yourself? And can you find another way of telling those stories that's more empowered? Can you flip the story? Can you flip it over into a more positive feeling story, a more supportive story? Okay, it doesn't have to be a story of denial. You know, if you're driving your car and it's running on empty and you're looking at the petrol gauge and it literally says you're just about on empty, you're not going to shove a smiley face post-it note over the top and just ignore it, because you're going to conk out. So I'm not talking about toxic positivity here, but what I'm saying is, if you're saying and if you're thinking, I can't cope, okay, is that true? Is that true, really? You can cope, really. It's just really uncomfortable to cope. And if you're overloaded and you can't cope, then can you find someone to come in that can support you? What can you offload to other people? What action can you take? And if you're telling that story, I can't cope, then how can you flip that story? Let's make it a bit more positive, a more positive story. There's a lot going on right now, and perhaps I've taken on a little bit too much. So I'm going to find ways to either reduce the load that's on me right now, and how can I do that? Or I'm going to ask for help and support from others and write a list of people that can help you. You know, where can you offload things to other people? Where can you ask for people to come in and support you? Flipping the story into, okay, I've taken on a bit too much, but now I've recognised that and I'm doing something about it, and I have a good support network around me. That's a lot more positive. It's truthful. It's truthful, so you're not lying to yourself, you're not being delusional, but it's a truthful story, and it's an action plan as well, which just feels much calmer, and it will calm your body down, it will calm your mind down, because you can take action, you can get support, you can do something about it, rather than, I can't cope, you know, everything's going off into rubbish, my world's falling apart. Those sorts of thoughts are going to bring on panic attacks, going to bring on anxiety, going to make you feel like crap, going to make you feel like running off to a desert island, which, you know, I felt that in the past. Just get my handbag and just walk out the door, just head off to Bristol Airport, get on the nearest plane and leave it all behind, you know, see you later, I'm off. That would be quite nice actually. But yeah, not very helpful when you're in a situation where you've got a life to lead and people to support and things to do and businesses to run and blah, all of that. Okay, so there you go. Next time you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, it's all getting too much, just remember, stop, drop, strip, flip. Okay, so it's been lovely chatting with you. I really hope you find that helpful. My aim is to be here to support, to help you get to your best life ever, be your best self ever, and bridge that gap to happiness one emotion at a time. If you found this valuable, do please subscribe. All my links will be in the information below. Come and visit me over on thehappinessgap.co.uk. Come and see me on social. I'm very active on Instagram currently. I put lots of good content up there for you. And I do offer one-to-one sessions as well. So if things are really, really getting too much, then perhaps I can be part of your support network. So go and connect with me in that way. Okay, good to see you. Breathe. Your breath is your home. Calm. It'll be okay. Everything's going to be okay. All right.